Imagine having the literal icon Lady Gaga sitting down with you for an exclusive interview about her new album. She even agrees to do a lie detector test in front of your almost 5 million YouTube subscribers. You have a golden opportunity to ask her anything. Something deep, maybe something personal, or something meaningful. And yet, of all the questions in the world, you ask her this.
Is it true you also wanted to perform inside of a Doritos vending machine at South by Southwest?
I wanted to perform inside the vending machine? That sounds like I might have said that. I believe that I might have said that. I don't remember, though.
What's the longest you've been on TikTok in one sitting?
4 hours of doom scrolling.
She's being truthful.
Or you enter someone's house and ask them 73 pre-planned questions. And what do we get? Well, usually a 10-minute makeup ad.
What's one product you can't live without?
Can't live without my KKW contour.
This is what happens when traditional media blends with new media formats in a chase for clicks and likes. Hi, I'm Clara and I have a degree in media and marketing. This is my channel where I talk about marketing, branding, and a creator economy. Make sure to subscribe and enjoy this video. But before we dive in, I have a question for you. What's that one creative hobby you always wanted to try but never got around to? Maybe you always wanted to learn how to do crochet plushies, or you spend hours scrolling through cake decorating tutorials like I am, wishing you knew how to do it. What if I told you that you can learn it step by step if you join Craftsy, which is the sponsor of today's video? Thank you, Craftsy. Craftsy is your online resource for all things creative. It's an online community of like-minded people and creatives where you can find inspirations for your project, advance your skills, or even discover a new favorite hobby. It doesn't matter if you're a beginner or professional because they offer over 2,000 classes for all skill levels, so you can learn almost about anything. If you love DIY skills, there are classes in sewing, crochet, baking, cake decorating, painting, and much more. But there are also great classes for online creators like myself, such as writing, journaling, and photography. I'm so thankful to Craftsy and so glad we partnered because Craftsy is my go-to place whenever I feel like getting a new skill or learning something creative. I personally took their course on creative writing by the author Steve Almond. It's called Good Words, and I highly recommend it for everyone who wants to improve their writing or even become writers in the future. The second course I took is Design Your Own Monster by Stacy Truck. So if you're creative like myself and want to learn some new cute skills that not many people have, I highly recommend this class. And the best part, the first 1,000 people to use my link from the description will get a full year of premium membership to Craftsy for only $1.49. The offer is valid for new members only. So if you want to support my work, but the work of this incredible platform as well, consider joining Craftsy. Again, thank you Craftsy for supporting creators. And now back to the video. The blend of traditional media houses and new viral formats can be entertaining at first. Watching celebrities do challenges or perform beauty routines and take polygraphs was really fun back in the early 2010s when BuzzFeed, Vanity Fair, AD, and others first introduced it. But over the years, it started becoming more repetitive, predictable, and pre-planned.
I love limes. I love them. They're great. I love them so much, and I like to present them like this in my house.
Limes. I love limes. I keep them in my house all the time. Just like beautiful, and I just have limes everywhere. Just limes, love limes.
Those are tacked down with some sticky tape to make sure that if the house shakes, those don't fall off and hit anybody in the head.
It's a cycle that works though, but it's also one that gets old really fast. And how did it all begin? In the past, musicians and movie stars promoted their work on radio. In the 1940s, stars like Frank Sinatra and Elvis would appear on local radio stations across the country to talk about their latest hits or upcoming concerts. These interviews were often live, and the idea of press tours was more about getting radio play and having in-person interaction with fans. By the 1960s, TV became the primary medium for mass promotion, and artists began appearing on national talk shows. This era marked the beginning of the modern press tour as we know it today. And while talk shows were a major vehicle for promotion, by the 80s and 90s, magazine features became more prominent. Rolling Stones and other magazines began publishing in-depth interviews, photo shoots, and album reviews. That, of course, helped define an artist's brand, often making a magazine cover more relevant than any TV appearance. Also, the 90s were all about MTV for music. Musicians performed on live MTV shows or had their own segments on the channel. That created a perfect space for a mass celebrity culture to emerge. Things are a bit different now today. Press tours used to be about honest conversations. When journalists actually had the space to ask honest, emotional, or even sometimes provocative questions, you got moments that became cultural milestones and things we still remember. Think of some of the most iconic interviews from the 90s, like Madonna on Letterman or Princess Diana in 1995.
But I'm just,
Isn't there anything you really want to ask me?
What's the next look? What's the next incarnation? What's the next sort of image? What do we...
That's what you want to know?
Yeah.
No, that's not what you want to know.
Oh, geez, we're out of time again. What are you going to do now? What are you going to do after the show?
Did you know that it's good if you pee in the shower?
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
There's that rumor that you had a male appendage, that you were a hermaphrodite, and you joked about it on the stage last night.
Maybe I do.
But it's interesting.
Would it be so terrible?
But it's interesting. A lot of artists would immediately put out some sort of a statement saying this is absolutely not true. You have fun with it.
My fans don't care, and neither do I.
And these weren't just celebrity conversations, they literally shaped public discourse at that time. Fortunately for celebrities, interviews are less toxic today. But also, the relationship between celebrities and media outlets isn't what it used to be. A lot of platforms today don't even try to do a real journalism anymore. And why is that? Since everyone is chasing views, likes, and clicks, interviews are today adapted to fit short-form, structured formats rather than being meaningful discussions. These days, when someone's promoting an album, you pretty much know what's coming. One lie detector test, one what's in my bag segment, eating hot wings on camera, and reading terse tweets. It's like a checklist at this point.
Did you get your nose done?
No.
Did you get a boob job?
No.
Did you get a face
Can you
lift?
imagine? No. Not yet. I'm open.
Truthful.
Wait, and go back to the other one, nose lift.
She's telling the truth.
There we go.
This is the best day of my life.
Okay.
Take that, you YouTube people.
And also, I feel like people today watch these just in case something interesting happens, not because they expect actual substance or meaningful conversations. The most expensive press tour this year was definitely the Wicked tour, where they probably spent millions to get Ariana and Cynthia crying on camera, doing lie detector tests, or singing on Jimmy Kimmel. And the only moment even worth remembering was that 10 seconds of holding space, when a journalist asked a genuine question and Cynthia tried to give an honest answer.
People are taking the lyrics of Defying Gravity and really holding space with that and feeling power in that. Would you touch on that moment in the film when Elphaba has been banished and yet she comes into her full power at that moment of the worst time?
I didn't know that was happening.
I've seen it, yeah.
That's really powerful.
And I'm not saying that people shouldn't enjoy scripted interviews. They can be entertaining. But the media landscape has become so oversaturated with them that press tours have become less about the art and less meaningful. Another important factor is the rise of in-your-face marketing. See, these formats pretty much guarantee views just because there's a celebrity in them. A lot of celebrities do the exact opposite of what you'd hope. Instead of giving us real, genuine moments, they turn the whole thing into a free ad for whatever they're selling.
I have my 4-in-1 mist spray from Rare Beauty.
Speaking of, this is a tester for something down the line. Very exciting. It is a lip gloss. Sorry, a lot came out.
And then I always need moisturizer, so I'll always travel with like our hyaluronic acid serum. I love adding our vitamin C. I have our night oils. I just like to make sure I'm hydrated at all times.
That being said, not all interviews are bad. There are also great examples of new media formats done right. I will now mention 3 of my favorites that I believe others should take notes from. The best example of a format that keeps going viral but still feels fresh is Vanity Fair's yearly Billie Eilish interview. They started it 8 years ago when she was just a SoundCloud artist and a rising star, and have done it every year since. In my view, it's honestly genius. Not just because we get to see her grow up in real time, but because Vanity Fair spotted the potential early on and stuck with it. They didn't just chase a quick trend, they invested in an artist's journey. And that's the kind of thing that actually gives a media outlet a real credibility. When you're a celebrity media outlet and manage to spot talent and give it a platform in time, it gives you tremendous authority and relevance. And I think that's the approach media should aim for. The second of my favorite examples is Miley Cyrus' release of the album Plastic Hearts in 2020 in the midst of the pandemic. There was no tours, no promos, and live events only happened on Zoom. Miley had a great album to release, so she took advantage of the fact that more people were spending time on social media, and especially TikTok. She started the Plastic Hearts trend, or If Miley Comments trend, where fans would do whatever she said if she commented on their videos. So she commented on literally hundreds of videos, gave people lots of tattoos, named some babies, and made pandemic time a little less lonely for people. I think the strategy is great because, first of all, it's user-generated content, so it's free and it's fun. And also, I don't remember anyone using social media like that before to promote music, so it was a genuinely interesting thing to watch or to participate in. And the third example has existed for a long time now, but it finally gained some traction in recent years. And that is Amelia de Moldenberg's chicken shop date. I personally love it because it's so original and so absurd that it's hilarious every single time. This style of unscripted interviewing where we see honest moments and just celebrities having fun or flirting with Amelia will, in my view, go down in the anthology of interviews. Amelia probably learned a lot from media legends who first used video formats and YouTube in this way, like Nardwuar, who is an absolute icon of celebrity interviews in the music world. And what do you think about this topic? I really love our community here and all the smart stuff you always point out in the comments, so please feel free to tell me what you think about press tours today. And don't forget to use my Craftsy code to join the platform and learn your skill to start your own creator journey. That's about it for this video. Thank you again, Craftsy, for sponsoring, and see you guys next time.